BCC to 10 David on TAC 1.
10 David, go ahead.
10 David, SWAT is needed to respond to 5928 Omaha in Northeast Division, RD 1147, to assist on warrant service. Suspect is a freeway sniper.
10 David, roger. We have a 10-minute ETA.
Okay, let's recap the situation. We've had 3 days of sniper fire along the 10 freeway, resulting in 2 fatalities and 3 injuries. After extensive canvassing of the freeway neighborhoods, we've pinpointed the sniper location. An arrest warrant has been issued for the location's occupant, one Martin Brenner. Brenner works for Bodenberg, the aerospace company. He's been missing from work for the last 4 days, hasn't called in, and hasn't answered the phone. In scouting the location, we identified Brenner as the person in and around the property. Now, Brenner has no known political affiliation. He does, however, have a criminal record for domestic abuse. He's also been medically treated for manic depression. We believe this guy's a loose cannon, and we're considering him armed and dangerous. We've done a surround and call out, however, Brenner's not responding. No surprise there, so prepare to go tactical. Review the information we've gathered and determine an entry point and your initial tactical mode. For those decisions, look on the board under Tactical Advantages. Get your gear together and prepare for entry.
All units use caution in the area of 5928 Omaha Street, RD 1147. Be advised, SWAT is working a barricade suspect situation at that address. Suspect is believed to be heavily armed.
As an element, stack up and prepare for jump off for entry.
Talk to entry team. Enter when ready.
As an element, stand by for entry. Try the door.
Entry denied.
As an element,
Doors
stand
locked.
by for entry. Pick the lock and open the door.
BCC to 10 on possible TAC 1. BCC to 10 David on TAC 1.
10 David, go ahead.
10 David, SWAT is needed on an arrest warrant. Possible armed hit-and-run felony suspect. 10 David, respond to 5545 Carlton Way, Hollywood Division. Suspect is wanted in a vehicular homicide and has extensive weapons and explosives experience. Suspect is believed to be armed. Use caution.
10 David, roger. Show us en route.
Our arrest warrant is turned into a barricade suspect, and it looks like we're going in after him, so listen up. Our suspect, one Victor Getz, is charged with vehicular manslaughter, leaving the scene of an accident, and with a Class C felony for criminal use of explosives. Now, Getz is not your average hit-and-run driver. He's a known member of the domestic terrorist organization Sovereign America. Some background information. Sovereign America is California's highest-profile militia. They're well-trained, well-armed, and responsible for the bombing of family planning centers, courthouses, and district attorney offices. This organization has deep religious roots. Its leader is a self-proclaimed minister. He preaches end-of-the-world rhetoric. They believe our government is part of a new world order which will strip them of their freedom. They reject all government authority figures, such as police, so be aware. Now, Getz could be working for a larger cell, or he could be a lone wolf. We don't know. We'd like to talk to him in light of the treaty signing at the end of the week. Getz is an engineer with an EOD background, so be prepared for the presence of explosives. If they're not there, well, so much the better. Just keep it in the back of your mind. One more thing. Getz has a son living with him. We believe he's in the house at this time. The son, Albert Getz, is not wanted at this time. So there you have it. Get your entry point and initial tactical mode established, gear up, and get in line. We're going in.
All units use caution in the area of 5545 Carlton Way, RD 647. SWAT is code 6 on an armed, barricaded suspect.
As an element, try and open the door.
reporting. Entry team is in position.
Doors locked.
Central BCC to 10 David, TAC 1, emergency traffic.
10 David, go ahead.
10 David, Staff 6, Adam is requesting you assemble a team and move emergency to the CP on Washington, just west of Maple. Suspects kidnapped the Turkish ambassador from the embassy at 5th and Spring. Area team has located suspect vehicle in an alley west of Trinity and north of Washington near large export warehouse. Central and Newton units are securing a wide perimeter around the area and standing by for your arrival.
10 David, roger on the info. Show us responding with a 5 to 10 minute ETA from Central.
Okay, settle down and listen up. The Turkish embassy has been bombed, and the ambassador has been kidnapped. We just received word that the suspect location has been identified. Let's review the situation. It was during the aftermath of the explosion that the ambassador was removed from the embassy by rebel members of the Kurdish People's Party. We've been informed by the feds that they've been tracking this insurgent group since its arrival in the U.S. in 2003. Apparently, this is a small group, disorganized but violent. The feds think the kidnapping is the result of the media attention on LA this week. It puts these guys and their cause right on the front page, center stage. Now, the captors left behind a statement and a list of demands. The demands include the release of some 14 political prisoners, the return to territorial borders of 1650, and a ransom in the amount of $25 million. The Turkish government is aware of the situation, as is the FBI and CIA. The feds provided us with a piece of speculative information. They've been hearing from their sources that a nuclear device, a Russian suitcase bomb, is up for bid. 132 of these ADMs, or atomic demolition munitions, were manufactured by and for the KGB in the 1970s. At the close of the 20th century, only 48 of these devices could be accounted for. They are portable and have simplistic electronic detonation locks. Once set, they can be defused by disengaging the electronic lock. Now, the feds are a close-hold group. They provided this information solely on the basis that, if true, the players in such a scenario are bound to be desperate and violent. If the kidnappers are part of a bidding frenzy, they could be very possessive of their bartering chip, the ambassador. Keep that in the back of your mind. Now, as far as the location goes, apparently we've only got one entrance, the front door. Not the best, but our only. Review the information gathered, choose your tactical mode of approach, and get your gear. Then, let's move.
Staff 6 Adam, 10 David has been advised. SWAT has a 5 to 10 minute ETA to the CP.
Code dynamic, compromise!
High ground reporting.
Drop your weapon!
Entry team
Put your
and
hands
jump
above
off.
your head!
Confirmed.
Do it
Element
now!
is good to go.
As an element, prepare to make entry.
BCC to 10 David on TAC 1.
10 David, go ahead.
10 David West LA Division is requesting on a residential barricade situation. Stand by for additional. 10 David, the location is 235 North Tiger Tail Road, RD 813. A large single-family dwelling. Botched home invasion 211. At least 5 armed suspects inside the residence with heavy weapons and body armor. Area attempted to recon but was fired on over the location. 4 hostages, 2 adults and 2 children inside. Cradle tent staging is on Sunset at Tiger Tail.
10 David, roger. Elements are responding from Metro. ETA, driving time.
All right, what we've got is a home invasion turned into a barricaded situation with hostages. The situation is hot. Our hostages are Donald Foreman, CEO of Teledyne, the nation's largest cable provider, his wife, and 2 kids. The kids are young, 4 and 7. Timeline on the incident. Notification of a disturbance came in at approximately 2100 hours. It was from the Foreman's neighbors. Apparently, the Foreman's live-in housekeeper heard crashing noises and screams, went to investigate, and saw Linda Foreman, the wife, on the floor bleeding. The housekeeper fled to the neighbors where she reported what she saw. They in turn called us. Now, air supporters made several flyovers of the residence. On the last pass, they came under fire. They confirmed the housekeeper's observation. The suspects are in full body armor, armed with long rifles. Looked like 223s. At approximately 2200 hours, CNT made contact with Donald Foreman. He confirmed he and his family were being held hostage. He asked for no police intervention. One of the captors came on the line, issued a ransom demand of $50 million and disconnected the call. CNT has been unable to re-establish contact. We've heard shots fired from within the house, and our only option at this time is to go tactical. Now, we don't know who we're dealing with, just that they speak English, are heavily armed, and want a whole hell of a lot of money. So choose an entry point and a tactical mode of entry. Gear up and stand by to move out.
All units, multiple SWAT units responding code 3 to 235 North Tiger Tail Road, RD 813. Residential home invasion with barricaded suspects.
As an element, stack up.
Element in
As an
position.
element.
Element to talk. Entry team is in position. Copy, entry team.
Go dynamic,
Go
has been
when ready.
neutralized. Move and clear. Go when ready.
BCC to 10 David on TAC 1. Be advised you have a call-up pending. Are you ready to copy?
10 David, roger.
10 David, we have barricaded suspects with hostages at St. Dimitri's Church, Monument, and Sunset in Pacific Palisades. Suspects armed with heavy weapons and in body armor, holding high-ranking Russian religious official and numerous others. Area 18 has conducted several flybys and confirms suspects' presence. SWAT to Code Alpha with Commander 8, Sunset, and Capri Way at CP.
10 David, roger. Drive time ETA.
We have a situation developing of international consequence. Today, at approximately 0930 hours, His Holiness Alexei III and several of the clergy of St. Dimitri Holy Trinity Orthodox Church were taken hostage by heavily armed men. The gunmen stormed a prayer service attended by approximately 60 people. Everyone but His Holiness and the church clergy were allowed to leave. We have one break in the case, a defector. C Platoon encountered the surrendering suspect when setting up the perimeter. The suspect stated that he was raised in a religious home and couldn't go through with the kidnapping. Apparently, the suspect's defection at the last minute botched the snatch. The group arrived at the church later than expected and thus encountered the prayer service. The suspect made the following statements to C-Team. There are 5 suspects, full body armor, armed with long rifles. They were hired for the job by a man named Rick Dog, doesn't know a last name. Said they met in nightclubs around the city. Said each man was paid $10,000 up front and would be paid $25,000 after the safe delivery of His Holiness. Said the dog person made mention that His Holiness was only valuable as long as he was alive. One last thing. His Holiness is in LA for Saturday's treaty signing. We all know that. The church was offered VIP protection from LAPD, but declined the offer. They wanted to go with a private security force. They felt that by doing so, they could better control the media around the visit. Regardless of that decision, the hired security force is part of the current equation. They are armed and somewhat trained. Whether they're in on this caper or just allowed it to happen, they need to be secured and removed from the scene. Their presence is only going to hamper our rescue attempt. So check the board for physical descriptions and backgrounds on these guys. At this point in time, treat them as suspects. Okay now, we've got one entry point and high ground cover is set. Choose your tactical mode of approach and your gear, and let's move out.
SWAT has multiple units responding code 3 to Monument and Sunset RD 823. Hostage situation at the church.
Entry team is in position.
Roger that. You have high ground cover. Go when ready.
Go deny!
Come on with your hands up!
BCC to 10 David on TAC 1.
10 David, go ahead.
10 David, SWAT is needed to respond to the area just south of the Hyperion treatment plant off of Imperial Highway. Meet 14L10 on the dirt road leading to the new construction project, possibly related to the SAM strike at LAX. Contact 14L10 on TAC 4 when you're in the area. He requests you respond code 2 only.
10 David, roger. D Platoon will be en route from Metro. ETA driving time.
Okay, heads up, we don't have a lot of time. Approximately a quarter of a mile south of here is a water treatment construction site. Numerous reports have identified this location as ground zero for the surface-to-air missile strike which brought down the Fisto Flight 609 over the Pacific. As it stands, all 200 passengers and crew are dead. Confirmed aboard Flight 609 was Algerian President Ali Zait and members of his ruling party. Whether they were the target of the attack or residual fallout, we don't know at this time. We do know that the Russian President Igor Stomas is on a commercial flight scheduled to land at LAX within a half hour. Now, LAX has effectively been shut down. Planes are being turned back and rerouted at this very moment, but this is making for highly congested skies over LA. Basically, it's a damn shooting gallery for anyone with the right arsenal. And any one of those planes could be next, which includes Stomas's plane. We need to shut those missiles down. The construction site has 2 entrances. Choose one and choose your tactical mode of approach and your gear. Do it quickly. The clock is ticking. Go.
All units remain clear of the Hyperion treatment area until further notice. SWAT will be working a recon operation relating to the LAX airstrike.
As an element, try and open the door.
Entry team is in position. Entry denied.
Roger that, entry team. Go when ready.
Pick the lock.
Doors open.
As an element, enter and clear. Go and ready.
Element moving to enter and clear.